Quarterly review call. 6 people. The client's operations director just asked you a direct question, and you don't know the answer. Not a little unsure. You genuinely have no idea.
What was the question?
Why did shipment processing drop 18% since the migration? Straight at me, in front of everyone.
And you knew the answer?
I knew I didn't know, so naturally, I opened my mouth anyway.
What did you say?
I think it's probably something with the server migration timing, or maybe it's just a seasonal dip. It's hard to say exactly. There could be a few things.
Kai.
Priya just looked at me and waited.
Today, the 4 words that are more professional than a guess. I don't know yet. Welcome back to English in the Wild. I'm Alex.
And I'm Kim, who, unlike Kai, has learned to just stop talking when I don't have an answer.
One real workplace situation, broken down into English you can actually use. Today, what to say when someone asks you something you genuinely don't know, and the client's watching.
Real situations, real people, real language.
We've done a frozen screen, we've done a typo. This one's different. This time, nothing actually went wrong. Kai just didn't have an answer, and that's scarier for a lot of people than an actual mistake.
With us again, Kai, live from the scene of the guess, and Professor Maya, who's going to explain why not knowing feels like failing even when it isn't.
Kai, who's Priya, and what was actually going on with that 18%.
Priya's the ops director at Meridian Logistics, one of our biggest clients. This was the quarterly review 3 weeks after we migrated their system to the new API. Everything looked fine on our side. Then she pulled up a chart, shipment processing time, down 18% since the migration. And she just asked, Kai, do you know why?
And that number, was it actually your area?
Not really. I led the migration itself. That specific metric is owned by the platform team, on a different floor, basically. I'd never even looked at it.
So what went through your head?
Pure panic, honestly. 6 people watching. Our biggest client. And my brain just went, say something. Anything. Don't be the guy with nothing to say.
So you guessed.
I guessed. Out loud. In real time. While Priya's face slowly changed from curious to not convinced.
How long did the guessing go on?
Maybe 15 seconds, but it felt like 5 minutes. Eventually, my manager jumped in and said, we'll confirm the root cause and follow up. And I just nodded like that had been my plan the whole time.
Maya, why is I don't know so hard to say, especially in a moment like that?
Because in a client meeting, most people quietly believe every question is a test, and not having the answer feels like failing the test even when the question was never really yours to answer.
So it's not really about the 18%. It's about looking like you're on top of things.
Exactly. And that belief creates a reflex. The moment a gap shows up, your mouth fills it before your brain checks whether what's coming out is actually true. Let's call that the answer reflex, the urge to say something, anything, rather than sit for 2 seconds in I don't know.
So the guessing wasn't really about the data. It was just my mouth trying to make the silence go away.
Right. And the answer reflex almost always produces something worse than silence would have.
Does this hit harder in a second language?
Often, yes, because when you're already working to sound confident in English, I don't know can feel like admitting 2 gaps at once, the knowledge gap and the language gap underneath it. So people fill both with a guess, hoping speed will hide the uncertainty. It never does. It just makes the uncertainty audible.
So what should you say instead in that exact moment?
Something short, honest, and forward-looking in that order, not a guess. Not a long explanation of why you don't know, just the truth and a plan.
Okay, what does that actually sound like?
3 moves. All 3 turn I don't know from a weak spot into something that actually builds trust. Move 1, name the boundary. Say clearly what you can and can't confirm right now. No guessing, no rambling. Here's the difference. Bad version. I think it's probably something with the migration timing or maybe a seasonal dip. Hard to say exactly. There could be a few things going on.
That's 5 different guesses in one sentence.
Exactly, and every one of them sounds less sure than the last. Better version, that's outside what I can confirm right now, but I'll find out and get back to you today. One clear sentence, no guessing.
So instead of trying to sound like I already know, I just say where the line is.
Exactly. The short version sounds more in control than the long guess ever could. Move 2, bridge to the source. Don't just stop at I don't know. Point to who or what actually has the answer. That number sits with our platform team. I'll pull them in and confirm the exact cause.
So you're not passing it off. You're showing you already know where to look.
Right. There's a real difference between not my job and let me get you the right person. One sounds like you're avoiding it, the other sounds like you're already handling it. Move 3, commit to a timeline. Not soon, not I'll look into it, an actual time. I'll have that back to you by end of day tomorrow.
So a real deadline, not a vague promise.
Exactly. A vague promise is just a slower version of guessing.
Name the boundary, bridge to the source, commit to a timeline, 3 moves.
And all 3 do the same job. They turn I don't know into here's exactly what happens next.
Kai, listening to you tell it. That guessing you did, out loud, in real time. That's basically the opposite of move 1, isn't it?
Yeah, I didn't even realize I was doing it until Priya's face changed.
That's a trap almost everyone falls into under pressure. Let's call it the bluff trap, filling a gap with a guess dressed up to sound like knowledge. And it's expensive because a bluff that turns out wrong doesn't just cost you one wrong number. It makes people recheck everything else you say after it.
So the real damage isn't the 18%, it's what happens to the next thing Kai says.
Exactly. Once someone catches a bluff, they start listening to you differently for the rest of the meeting. Nobody loses trust for not knowing something. They lose it for guessing wrong and getting caught.
So the guess felt like it was protecting me. It was actually the riskiest thing I could have said.
Exactly. I don't know yet was always the safer sentence. It just didn't feel like it in the moment.
Okay, but move 2, bridge to the source. What if that just sounds like I'm passing the buck? Like I'm blaming the platform team in front of the client instead of owning it myself?
That's a fair worry. Not my department does sound like an excuse.
It's about how you say it, not whether you say it. That's not really my area, points away from you. I know exactly who owns that data, and I'll bring you the answer myself, points toward a plan, and you're still the one driving it. One sentence hands the client a wall. The other hands them a next step, with your name still on it.
So it's not about whether I mention the platform team. It's whether I sound like I'm still in charge of getting the answer.
Exactly. Priya doesn't care which team caused it. She cares whether Kai's going to come back with a real answer.
So bridging only sounds like blame if you stop the sentence too early.
That's usually the difference.
Let's practice. Kim, you're in Kai's seat. Priya just asked why the number dropped, and you genuinely don't know.
Something like, "That's outside what I can confirm right now. That number sits with our platform team. I'll pull them in and get you the exact cause by end of day tomorrow."
All three moves, back to back, boundary, bridge, timeline.
Wait, Maya, what if Priya pushes back and says, come on, just give me your best guess? Clients do that.
Great edge case. That's when you give a guess, but you label it clearly as a guess, not a fact. If you want my best guess, it's probably the caching change from the migration, but I don't want you to quote that number until I've confirmed it.
So the guess isn't banned. It just has to wear a sign that says unconfirmed.
Exactly. Now, the delivery. Say it like you're already halfway to solving it, not like you're apologizing for not knowing. Natural speed. That's outside what I can confirm right now. I'll get you the exact answer today. Slowly. That's outside what I can confirm right now. I'll get you the exact answer today.
That's outside what I can confirm right now. I'll get you the exact answer today.
Good. Full speed.
That's outside what I can confirm right now. I'll get you the exact answer today.
Kai, your line for the pushy client edge case. If you want my best guess, it's probably X, but don't quote that number yet.
If you want my best guess, it's probably X, but don't quote that number yet.
Good, just slow down slightly on don't quote that number yet. That's the part doing the real work. Once more.
If you want my best guess, it's probably X, but don't quote that number yet.
There it is. If you remember nothing else, boundary, bridge, timeline. Last one, both of you. I'll have that confirmed by Kim, you first.
I'll have that confirmed by end of day tomorrow.
Kai, your turn.
I'll have that confirmed by end of day tomorrow.
Notice, none of these lines pretend to know something they don't. They just turn a gap into a plan. That's the whole skill.
Kai, what actually happened after the call?
I found the platform team they checked, and it turned out to be a caching setting that got reset during the migration. Totally fixable, nothing dramatic. I had the real answer by 3 the next afternoon.
So you were faster than the timeline you promised.
By about an hour. And I sent it straight to Priya. No guessing this time, just the actual cause and what we changed.
Did she say anything?
On the next call, she opened with, "Appreciate you chasing that down instead of guessing under pressure. Not the number, the chasing it down." I walked into that first call thinking not knowing would make me look junior. Turns out, going and finding the answer is what actually made me look like the person who gets things done.
And that's the real point of today's episode. Nobody expects you to know everything in the room. They're watching what you do the moment you don't.
Speaking of commitments, commit to one right now. No guessing required. Hit subscribe before you close this tab.
And tell us, what's the most nerve-wracking I don't know moment you've had at work? What did you actually say?
Comment below with your version of that's outside what I can confirm right now. Bonus points if it actually worked. 3 moves from today. First, name the boundary. Say clearly what you can't confirm instead of guessing. Second, bridge to the source. Point toward the answer and stay the one driving it down. Third, commit to a timeline, a real time, not a vague soon. And the principle behind all 3, nobody loses trust for not knowing something. They lose it for guessing wrong and getting caught. The most confident sentence in that room wasn't a guess, it was, "Let me confirm."
And the bonus lesson from Priya herself on the follow-up call. She didn't remember the 18%. She remembered that Kai came back and chased it down.
That's a lot of words for it's okay to not know, just don't pretend you do.
Next week, Alex's turn for once. A client dinner, 3 glasses of wine in, and a name he's supposed to already know. We're going to break down what you say when you've completely blanked on someone's name for the 3rd time meeting them.
Subscribe. I already know how this one ends, and it's not good.
English in the wild. Real English, real situations, real results.